nicely toasted. When Rick invited me up here, I was going, no, Skinny is still on here. Turns out it's just a mic stand. Oh gosh, I so much love watching my fellow comedians. Every time I'm back there and someone comes off the stage, I always say, yeah, good set, man. And they go, like, what? You don't even know if my act was good or not. You have no idea how fabulous I was. And I love watching comedians. I love watching Bill Maher and all those folks. But one beef I have, though, is that they don't know that they do this. This is completely unwitting. But they always use very sexist language and say, that takes balls if you're brave, and you're a pussy if you're a wit. But you think of that, it's really very sexist. Women, you're also weak. If you had balls, you'd be men. Where are my atheists? In the house, girlfriend. Yeah, I was over at brunch yesterday with my atheists and, talking skeptic stuff, talking about UFOs and how people see them, and it turns out that they were really drunk and watching the mosquito zapper. And having pancakes brought me all back. My stepbrother, he's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier. He had this routine of making pancakes. He would follow the Bisquick recipe, and he would decide it would be much faster to just make one big pancake rather than 10 smaller ones. So he would pour all the batter into the pan, and of course he would try to flip it, and he couldn't, so he would scramble it up like scrambled eggs. And after that reached the consistency of grits, he would dump the whole thing onto a plate, pour in approximately half a bottle of syrup, and then he would take a bite, and he would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, this rate's D scrumptious. Then he would take 2 or 3 more bites and throw the rest in the garbage. Same thing next week. It's a ritual, that's cute. I guess the ends justify the means. Oh, like you don't have your favorite pancake recipe. Well, we all do. Marty taught me how to make pancakes. Family's okay, but do you remember when you were a kid and you had some extended family member or family friend you hadn't seen in a while, and they always comment on how much you've grown? Like, oh, you've grown, you look so much older. And you're thinking, what, was I supposed to stop growing just because you weren't around? And once you hit puberty, it's even worse, because for some reason they feel it's totally fine to comment on your breast size. Oh, you're really bursting now. You must pop out every bra you buy. And I can't help but think, do they do this to boys? Do they say, I think you're getting a lot of rabbits lately? You must run the laundry all the time. I sure hope not. I guess boys are off the hook yet again. And I really wish that I had said to these folks, just kind of, flip it and say, you're really aging very well. You're carrying your weight pretty well, too, and I think your hot flashes are doing fine. You're only a slight bit grayer than I remember you being. And if I squint, I don't even see the crow's feet. Wish I had. And I hate old people, too. And people say, oh, Sarah, you're so ageist. But I don't hate old people because they're old. If you're old, you annoyed your way to hate. You know how old people always walk very slowly right in the middle of the sidewalk, and you can't get around them either way? And if you say, excuse me, they're deaf, so they can't hear you. So there's nothing left to do but knock their ass down. Oh, just because you've never been caught. Or, you're walking on the right because you're a pedestrian and you're supposed to, and this isn't England. And they're walking on the left, and they expect you to get out of their way. And I'm like, look, fossil, I'm following the pedestrian rules of the road. I'm not going to get out of your way. Old people, and also they're like at the grocery store right in front of you, and they don't understand to pay. They can stand there doing absolutely nothing, and then the Trader Joe's guy has to call for help. You really shouldn't be shopping at that point. And I really wish I did know some funny, feisty old people all full of piss and vinegar who smoke cigars. And I really like Andy Rooney. Am I the only one who loves this man? I wish to be this man. Maybe not really, but I do think he has a fun job. And I don't know anybody like that. All the old people I know are pretty senile. They really get in your way. They're so slow. And, you know, old people, and I have the same deal about handicapped people. They say they want to be treated like everyone else. But when it comes to the goodies, you know, like parking spaces, they sing a different tune. Have you noticed? Like, old people always want to get in front of you in line because they're frail. That's what they want you to think. And they really trump up the age card to get their way. Like, and I think this really happens, but on Seinfeld, you know, they had the old people shops open. Of course, if they got caught, they'd say, like, what? Where am I? I'm old. I'm an old man. You know, if they have their radio on too loud, they'll say, what? I don't understand what you're saying. And they always use it to get their way. And if you look at age discrimination websites, they'll talk about that whole stereotype about how old people are wise. And that's what old people want you to think, but it's just another stereotype. It's like saying that black men have big penises. You know, just because it's a positive stereotype doesn't mean that it's any good. But then, you know, they're writing that for all it's worth. I hate old people. My mom's always acting like an old person. I guess that's where it comes from. And, you know, when I'm old, I have my old age all planned out. Like, you're probably thinking, Sarah, you're such a hypocrite. You're going to be just that bad in 80 years. But, you know, I am not going to be slow or frail. I am going to be a hot-blooded cruiser in my scooter or Darwin-willing hover scooter by then. Going out of my way, you young punks. You know, I'll use my senior citizen discount. Oh, that's going to be so awesome. And, you know, I'm going to get that handicap plate as soon as I can. Because I think it's okay to bilk an unfair system, right, Andy? Because I have 2 learning disorders, and I think all it takes is 1 and you get the plate. That'd be so cool. Yeah, my mom has always acted old. She's always been like, help me, do it for me. Yeah, she's hilarious in many ways. It's kind of painful to talk about how hilarious she is. We were walking by a little baseball diamond near my apartment, and she goes, is that Fenway Park? And this woman is no stranger to Boston. She's lived here for 4 years. But she's visiting for the whole summer pretty soon. So I have to brace myself. But you've all been wonderful. Thank you so much.